You don't need external validation to feel good about yourself. You don't. I know you think you do, or maybe you're feeling like that, but you don't. Hello, I'm Talonda. Thank you for joining me. I am here because I like to help people to um, really attain whatever it is they want to attain through their personal growth journey. I am not a therapist. I'm simply a person who has been through some tough life situations and who's dealt with some mental health issues, and who I feel that I am in the position because of the way that I have attained the lifestyle that I've always wanted. I'm in the position to pay it forward to other people who need a little more support with that. We all need someone in our ear who can help us get through tough times, right? And a lot of times it needs to be someone objective who's not going to judge you, who you don't know or who doesn't know you. So you can just listen to my voice and trust that there are people out there who have been through similar struggles as you, who can resonate with what you're feeling or going through and won't judge you. And also, I want you to know that you can have that life that you've always wanted. So you have to work through some things sometimes. You want that peaceful, calm, joyful, relaxing, whatever it is. You might have to do some things, but you can attain the life you want. It's within your grasp. It's on you. It's your choice. You just have to work through some things to get it. So I'm here to help you do that. Please consider liking, commenting. I love commenting when people comment because I like to talk with people. And also, the feedback helps me to see that, okay, someone's out there listening. Because sometimes out here in YouTube world, you don't know. You're putting things out there and you don't always hear people responding. So you know what they're thinking. And so it's good to hear people's thoughts come back to me. And we can engage in great discussions just about personal growth things. And also, share this out to friends or family or whoever you think may benefit from this, who may be struggling in certain areas of their lives, who really may benefit from just hearing a voice who can be like a supportive voice. Um, and consider subscribing because I will continue to put many of these types of videos out just to help you each day. I do affirmation videos. I do videos like I post vlogs of life with my family and just peaceful and happy things we're doing that reflect the type of lifestyle that I always wanted and that I now have. So, thank you for joining. Let's get back into the topic. So, uh, external validation from other people. Woo, that's a juicy topic for me because let me tell you, I was always a person who felt like I needed that. Even now, I can get to that point, but I know how to pull it back. Um, just to be able to go online on social media, um, on YouTube, face to face on the camera is a big deal for somebody like me because I used to be so uh, insecure. I had so much self doubt. I didn't grow up with supportive friendships. I had a great family. My family's wonderful. Um, but they can't meet my every single need, you know. There were situations where I just ended up in difficult, challenging situations that uh unfortunately gave me issues that never were addressed. And so I dealt with a lot of insecurity and I always sought validation from other people, especially friends. Oh, that was such a bad idea. I didn't know. If I knew then what I know now, I never would have become a person who would seek validation from so-called friends because really they weren't my friends. This was during my teenage years. I might have had a couple of buddies who were great to me, but we weren't like always hanging out. I'm talking about that particular friend who you hang out with all the time, or those groups of people you hang out with all the time who you consider, yeah, they should be my people. Them, those guys. They were not, the when I look back at how they were how I was treated, how they treated me, I can't even believe I allowed myself to be put in those positions. Like, I should have had more respect for myself and left those situations and cut ties with those people. But I didn't. I continued on because I thought I wasn't good enough. I thought I was only good enough to be friends with them. And these were like low level people. Oh my gosh. And it wasn't until my college years, and even then I was still very insecure. But a little around there, a little bit later than that, into my um, I would say early to mid 20s, did I start to realize, okay, I am somebody. I do matter in this world. And even then, there were still some parts of me that still had trouble. So I would say I really didn't get a good grasp on it until I became like 40. Something about the age of 40 just changes people. I don't know. It's just a certain level of maturity you get where you're just like, I don't care about that no more. Like, it's certain things that just don't bother you anymore. Like, who cares? People are going to be people. I think what it is as you go through life and you gain wisdom, you realize people are going to be people, and they are not any better than you. We're all in this together. We're all in it's the same thing. We all are human beings. I put my pants on just like you do, same way you put your pants on. I mean, unless you have no legs, and that's different, but you get the point, right? And I live life. I got to eat. I got to survive. I got to go to work or whatever, or make money, or do this or that, just like you do. We're all in the same boat. So, what business do they have trying to criticize me or put me down or make me out to be somebody who's not good enough? None. And 9 times out of 10 is because they are in some crazy situation in their life. And that's a lot of what it was. I was considered more of a, I guess you would say, goody two shoes, even though I completely was not. Let me close this a little bit. Um, of course, as a teenager, I did some dirt. Uh, but these people took the cake. I mean, I was nothing compared to them. I was a square. I still am a square. And I don't have a problem with being a square. I like being a square. I like being a good girl. I don't enjoy being bad and doing bad things. I don't knock people who want to be edgy. I'm not to say that I haven't, dibbled and dabbled in different things and been edgy, but for the most part, I'm like kind of like a goody two shoes. So let me close this. That is driving me crazy. Okay, hopefully you can see me better now. So I'm typically, I mean, for the most part, I'm a goody two shoes type of person, right? But don't get it twisted. I can get down with the get downs, and on top of that, I am very down to earth, and I don't really pass judgment on people because, like I said, nobody's better than the other. So I'm the type of person most people would tend to want to uh share their like confess things to, because I don't pass judgment. I just like, okay, I help them work through it, and that's it. We move on. So I struggled with that. And I learned that the only way I'm ever going to feel completely happy and validated is if I validate myself, you know, and not be so caught up in foolish other people. They are nobody, even if they are the president of the United States or the somebody who has a high position. I don't care what position a person is in. You're still a human being, just like me. and you had to do different things to get to that position. So don't get it twisted. You're not going to make me feel like I'm nobody just because you attained this position in life. I started becoming that way, like probably well into my 30s, 'cause I was like noticing that certain people, for example, i.e., bosses who thought just because they had a certain status on the job, who thought somehow they were, better than me. And I didn't like that. I'm like, who are you? I could go and do the same thing. Matter of fact, I'm actually more qualified than you to do that job, but I don't do it because I choose not to. I don't want to do your type of job. So don't sit up here and look at me like I'm like look down on me like I'm not as good just because you have some title. No. No ma'am or no sir. So I never really got that attached to titles like in the professional world. I felt like we're all in this together. We need to be a team. We need to just do the job and keep going. But there are people who focus so much on job titles. I don't. I don't care about that. So anyway, getting back to the topic and the point of this video. The point of this video is to help you to see that the only way you're ever going to feel validated is if you validate yourself. Don't seek it from other people because other people are flawed. They have their own issues. And a lot of times, I say 9 times out of 10, they push their issues off onto you. So you're thinking, oh, is something wrong with me? I should blah, 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 blah. When the whole time it's just that person who put you down or said this thing or did that thing that made you feel worse about yourself. That person has some issues that they're dealing with and they put their baggage and trash onto you. That's all it was. It was nothing grand. And you're sitting around thinking oh, woe is me having a pity party when you're not even the problem. It was them. So just love yourself. Get to know yourself. Know what you like. I started by doing that. I started thinking about what do I really like in my heart of hearts without anybody else around. If nobody else was around me, which that is typically my life because now I work for myself and I work by myself. And so I'm not around a lot of people anymore. Except for I'm only around family members or close friends or somebody like that who I trust, who I know and trust and who I know would accept me for who I am. So, you know, if you're not in that situation, that's okay because we're all on different journeys. But what I'm saying is pretend as if no one else is around. What do you like? Think about what you like. Think about who you are inside. And you live your life like that. Never mind what everybody else is doing and what they're going to think. Who cares about them? That's not going to get make you happy. That's going to make you miserable because you're trying to follow somebody else's either idea of you or their dreams of what they want. That's not going to last. It might feel all right in the moment, but it's not going to last for you. So I would say figure out what works for you, what you like. If you wake up one day and say, you know what? I want to go to the zoo. Well, you take your tail over to the zoo. I mean, you get money, you got money to go, go on. Get your ticket, go to the zoo. You don't have to have someone's approval to do that unless you're a child. Now, if I'm talking to a teenager, yes, please make sure you talk to your parents. I'm not in the business of encouraging teens or minors to do things without parental permission. No, but I'm basically talking to adults here who have they're their own boss in terms of their life, not their job necessarily, unless you are like me who works for themselves. But I'm talking about you make your own choices for your own life. So go do what you want to do. No one is stopping you except for you, unless you allow someone to stop you. Now, if you allow a person in your life to stop you, that's on you. It's still you. The ball's still in your court. It's still under your control. You have the power to say, no, I'm not letting this person have power over me. Deuces, I'm going on. You have the power to do that. Just do it. It's not that hard. It's really not. We make things, we overcomplicate things all the time because we get in our feelings and our feelings tend to cloud our judgment. And then next thing you know, we're we're just making silly choices out of nowhere. I mean, we're like, what in the world did I say? Why in the world did I do that? That was so silly. That's why. So you got to think, logically and critically and not allow your emotions to cloud your judgment. So I would say that think of what you like, regardless of anyone else being around. My husband taught me that. He taught me do what you like to do. Doesn't matter what the rest of us want or like. You do what you like, be you. And throughout the years, I've become a person who is very sure of myself and confident in myself because I know myself more than anyone, you know. And so if I choose to do something, I do it. I don't care. So if you're caring too much about what other people think, that's a huge red flag that you need to one, get to know yourself, two, get to love yourself, and three, get rid of those people who are making you feel like you got to consult with them or get some type of uh what's the word, approval from them to live your life, you know. Throughout the years I've learned so much about myself that I did not realize existed that brought me joy. My light went out. Just a minute. That might be my sign that I'm taking too long, talking too long. Anyway, so um, what was I saying? Um, that's your cue that you need to uh, become a person who knows what you like and you go after what you like. And you will be so happy and so much at peace and so joyful because you're doing what you want. You're not trying to please everyone else. You're not living a life to please everyone else. You have the right to live your life to please yourself. You have the right. It's your life. Why should you feel like you can't live your life uh to do what you want to do and what you like to do? Why should you feel like that? Doesn't see how that doesn't make sense? Yeah, when you really think about it, it's like, wait a minute. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, it doesn't because it's silly. So I want you to think more about that and find ways that you can just start. It may not be easy. It may be a process. Because, like I said, you're going to have to cut certain people out who are triggering you to be a people pleaser. You're going to have to make some decisions that are more centered around what you like. Now, I'm not saying to neglect responsibilities. I mean, if you have children and you got to do certain things, that's your business. I'm just saying in general, when you live your life and you want to be happy, first step is to know yourself and what you like and to love it and be secure in that. And who cares what anybody else thinks about what you like, who you are. That's you. That's your business. It's not their business what you like. Now, they want to come along and enjoy with you. That's fine. Oh, I know I was going to say before I leave, because this video is getting very long. You will attract the people who are for you when you are yourself, because those people who you attract, those are people who are authentically led to you. They're authentically drawn to you. They're drawn to you because of you. They're not drawn to you. They're not coming to you because you do something for them. Okay, this is my number one thing I want to say. And it's the most important thing in the whole video. You ready for it? Let's see if I can remember it. Uh, don't live your life trying to uh oh, I forgot it. I had Good punchline for the video. Okay, hold on. Let me think about it because it was coming. It was right there. It was on the tip of my tongue, and I literally was about to say it, and then it kind of faded. Okay, what I'm saying is, don't live your life for other people. Live your life for you. That's the most important thing. If you feel like you have to live your life and doing things for other people, then something's wrong. And when I say doing things for other people, I don't mean, of course, I don't mean your responsibilities as a parent or if you're in a relationship, like if you're married, and I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, and you know what I'm talking about. You have to set aside your happiness in order to perform or do for other people just to be accepted by them. That's a no no. Get rid of them. I'm serious. Get rid of them. Now, if you're in a relationship and all that, that may be a little more complicated. I understand. I'm not in your shoes, but you get my drift. If it's a friend, coworker, or someone who you can easily cut out of your life, or, I always say serve with a long handle spoon, those wooden spoons we were growing up that our parents had, or we still might have it in the kitchen, you know, you be cordial to them, say hi from afar, but you don't let them get close to you. Yeah, that you do that with those types of people who make you feel like you got to do certain things in order to be graced by their presence or in order to be accepted into their life. Who are you for me to feel like I got to do all that? Bye. I'm not interested. Kick rocks. That's what I say to people. If you don't kick rocks, I'm done. So you will attract the people who are for you authentically because it will be real. It won't be some fake and phony thing, like a performative thing. That's really what I was trying to say. If you got to be performative for somebody, then they're not for you. I'm telling you right now, they're not for you. You got to, the people who are going to be for you are the ones who just love you for just who you are. And on that note, I'm going to end it because this is very long and I think you got the point. Comment below and let me know what your thoughts are. Have a wonderful day. Talk to you next time.